Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I brought you a deck profile. What I'm bringing you today is not one that I ever thought I would make. When I was playing back in the day, I told myself I'd never make this deck because it took no skill, blah blah blah. I just lost to it a lot, and I hated it, and I kind of wrote it off. But a few weeks ago, I sold my extra deck, my entire extra deck, a lot of my expensive cards at a regional. I got good money for it. Went and bought myself a brand new Xbox 360, and actually turned some of that money around into buying those boxes that you guys saw me open, I think last week or 2 weeks ago. So that being said, I didn't have a real extra deck. I didn't have what a meta deck really calls for. So I was like, what can I play? I can still be competitive, but not break my wallet, and kind of just put together and play with for a couple weeks. And so I built Frog Monarch. And the last 2 weeks, the 30-man tournament at my locals, I have, I guess you would say I tied for first both weeks. And by that I mean I made it all the way to the finals both weeks, and both weeks I've played against one of my friends, and we just kind of scooped to each other and we split the prize. Not because I don't think I could have beaten them, or they don't think they could have beaten me. It's just something that we always do. We split the prize and we go home or we go eat, and that's just kind of the way it always is. So I want to show you this deck. First thing I want to tell you is that neither week I have a special summon from an extra deck. I do have an extra deck. I'll show you what it consists of. 3 Gachis. I don't have any synchros right now. Not saying that I couldn't have used them at certain points throughout the week, but I've had to play around not having it. But even if you don't have an extra deck, you can build this and be successful. And I've done that the last 2 weeks. I haven't even summoned Gachi once. The things you can do, I think my friend described it the best as nutty. So without further ado, let's get the deck profile going. I know you guys don't like when I talk a lot before the deck profile. 3 Kai's, standard Monarch. Of course, my favorite Monarch, everyone's favorite Monarch. 3 Rises, everyone's second favorite Monarch. Just staples in Monarchs. And this is like the format champion for Monarchs, guys. Vanity's Fiend. I'm running triple. As you can see, 2 ulti, 1 rare. I don't like the fact that one's rare, but this card, hands down, has won me so many games. You side it out against decks that don't special summon, but other than that, you leave it in the main. It stops sabers. It stops anything that special summons, guys. It's awesome. You camp on this card and you win. My top 4 matches against heroes, this card won me the game. And the other all-star of the deck, Light and Darkness Dragon. I used to hate this card for the simple reason that the rulings get really confusing with it. But once you figure out how the card works and how to use it, how to utilize it, it's king. And running 2. And then 1 Dark Dust Spirit. This is an oldie but a goodie to me. A lot of people will put it in the side or not run it at all. I still really like Dark Dust Spirit, so 1 card answer to an entire field is kind of like a dark hole, but I can continually use it. So if you play it once on an opponent's field and they lose like 3 or 4 monsters, I find that they kind of get a little bit discouraged because they know this is back in your hand and you have a tree born in the graveyard, just to keep on doing it, so they play differently, and sometimes they misplay because of it. It's actually never been super dead for me. 3 Swap Frogs. Our engine of the deck is frogs, so we need the 3 swaps to get the Treeborns in the graveyard. And once we get those Treeborns in there, we can throw in a Rodent Totem. This is all just standard. Your frog engine goes with your Monarchs. So now we'll go with the 3 Battle Faders. And with all the reprints recently, guys, this deck is super cheap to make. Like, the most expensive card I have in here is a Veiler, which you actually, it's a staple in my eyes, but you can play without it. So 3 Faders. 2 Trags. Trag's awesome because sometimes you're not pitching your hand here. A lot of times you'll be camping on 1 Monarch or a Vanity's Fiend or a Lad, and you're continuing to draw. So the Tragotes can actually get over 3k quite frequently, and attack and do a lot of damage. Gores, all-star of the deck, obviously. You're not setting any back row. Gores is almost always going to be live, and it's won me enough games to where I swear by the card. 1 Sangan. Sangan's alright. It starts us out about half of our deck, or half of our monster lineup. Good for, thinning out the deck. All the Sangan's good. Then 2 Veilers at the end. And that's my whole monster lineup. The Veilers, if you don't have the money, you could, put dupe frogs in or more rodent tonans, just to kind of make it more budgety. Because, like I said, I'm playing this deck because I don't have the money to put into a top tier deck at the moment, or the real want to. Considering I've done so well with these Monarchs, I'm probably not going to do it for a while. I do have another deck I'm going to be showing you guys tonight, so keep that in mind. God, I'm just throwing everything around. There's the monster lineup. And the spell lineup, it's really simple. 3 enemy controllers. If you know about the abuse with Treeborn Frog in the standby phase, you bring out Treeborn, use Econ, take their monster. It's still a standby phase, so Treeborn comes back, and then you sack for a lad. Just a really great card for the deck. Staple at 3 in my opinion. The other card that a lot of people either don't run 1 or run 2 of, I find it rarely dead, is Soul Exchange. It's an amazing card. It's a 1 card out to a lot of big threats. They have a Christie out in the field. You can't bring back that Treeborn. You play Soul Exchange. You sack their Christia. You sack their monsters that are immune to destruction, like Stardust and things like that. And it's actually really, really great card. We run enough Monarchs and everything, so this is rarely dead. And it's a card that I pretty much swear by after the last 2 weeks. Next is another one of my favorite cards, is Creature Swap. I can't tell you how many times I bring out a Treeborn in attack mode, Creature Swap for their big monster attack for game. Top 4, I had a Vanity's Fiend, and of course when I have a Vanity's Fiend on the field, I can't bring out my Treeborn and continually to drop Monarchs. So we were stalled out a little bit. I normal summon a Battle Fader, Creature Swap his face down monster, and just attack for game from there. So amazing card. 1 card out to a lot of big threats as well. Really annoying for the opponent. They don't get their shit back. 2 MSTs, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, and no traps. I know some people are running that Treacherous Trap Hole. I just don't see a need for it. You're not playing like Rush Down. You're obviously not sinking. The only specialing you're really doing is Treeborn Frog. You control the duel. You want to get those lads out, and you just want to, have a response for everything your opponent can throw at you. And that's pretty much the deck. Like I said, the extra deck right now is 3 Gachis. And if I did have a standard extra deck, I would definitely play it, because you do run Veilers, you do run Monster Reborn and Econ, and you can take tuners and make plays. So the deck could be possibly better, but like I said, Tops sharing first place last 2 weeks at locals. If you guys have any questions about the deck, feel free to post it in the comment section below. I'm going to be posting up a troll deck next that I've been putting together the last couple weeks. It's not totally complete, but I think I'm going to make a profile in it anyway because I have the camera out. So, Frog Monarchs, budget, good still, and, just give them a shot. And, D-Boys token. What do you guys think of that? D-Boys token. Akuma Moki Moki. Ryu Moki Moki. Cool stuff. And we'll go ahead and get onto that next deck profile.